All right, in this video here, we're going over the trend of increasing or decreasing. How can we determine if something is increasing or decreasing? So just something to keep in mind. This goes back to graph analysis here. Remember that something will increase. So in this case, f is increasing if the derivative is positive. F is decreasing if its derivative is negative, right? So it's along the lines of that. So here we go. Keep that in the back of your mind there, okay? Okay, so we'll go to, what color did I use? Green? Okay. Okay, so let me get rid of all this writing so that you're not bombarded. In 2002B, make sure that you guys label it, and again, do this on a separate sheet so that you have more space. We're dealing with the number of gallons of pollutant in a lake. Well, yeah, so there's pollutant that's going into the lake, and then we read the problem, right? Okay, so they're asking, is the amount of pollutant increasing at time t equals 9? So I want you guys to think about this here, okay? So if the amount of pollutant is increasing, what do we have to show? If we want to show that something is increasing, then we have to show that the amount of pollutants derivative has to come out positive. So the rate at which pollutant is going into the lake, we have to show that it's positive, right? Really think about this concept. It's a very simple concept to do, not to understand. You might need to read it a few times. If we want to know if the amount of pollutant is increasing at this time, we need to show that its derivative is positive at this time. Okay? So, check it out. It's so convenient because we have the derivative right there. So what you're really doing is you're going to check p prime of 9. Okay? P prime of 9. So when you plug 9 in there, what do you get? So let me go ahead and type this out. So, you know, at this point, it's probably saved in as your y1. Actually, let me show you, okay? So here's what I want you to do. We're going to let y1 equal this, 1 minus 3e to the negative 0.2 radical t. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that on my y1. Make sure that you follow along with me here, okay? There are a lot of shortcuts that you can take. So I'm going to type this in, 1 minus 3e to the negative 0.2 square root of t, or in this case, x. Make sure that you use the negative symbol for the negative 0.2 and not a minus. Go to your home screen. So second mode, you're going to go to your home screen. And here's the cool thing. You're going to do alpha trace y1 parentheses, and you're going to plug in your number. So on your screen, you're really doing y1 parentheses 9. It's that easy. It comes out to negative 0.646. So we know that this comes out negative. So what are the implications? They're asking you, is the amount of pollutant increasing at this time? You're going to say, therefore, the amount of pollutant. Never say it, okay? The amount of pollutant is decreasing, not increasing, right? Decreasing since, why or why not? How do you know that? Since p prime of 9 is less than 0. Boom. That's it. It's a little bit of writing, but it's not that bad to actually do. So when you want to find out if something is increasing or decreasing, you check its derivative, whatever that it is, okay? So let's take a look at the point system here for 2002B. 2002 B. Okay. It's the amount of pollutant increasing. So in part A, this was a quick 1-point question. Okay. Now, even though it's only 1 point is 1 out of the 3 that you guys need. Okay. We stated exactly that. We showed that it was negative, so the amount is not increasing. You don't have to use the words exactly as they wrote it in the scoring guidelines. What we wrote earlier is absolutely fine too. Okay? All right, let's take a look at a couple more just to make sure that you guys have several examples here. Okay. Let's take a look at 2003B. This one's different, but very similar in ways. We're taking a look at part B now, okay? Is the level of heating oil in the tank rising or falling? Okay? So, you have this tank, okay? It's not necessarily a cylinder, but just to give you guys an idea. You got all this oil, okay? And there's oil going in, and then there's oil leaving the tank too. So this right here is the level, okay? The level of heating oil. Is it going up or going down, right? Just think of it this way. If you have a bathtub, right? And you let the water run, okay? And your drain is open, right? Is your water rising or falling, right? And logically, how do you consider that, right? The only way the level is going to increase is if there's more going in than there is going out, right? If the water level is going up, obviously you have more water pouring into the bathtub than there is water leaving the bathtub down the drain, okay? If you notice that your water level is going downwards, and that means that there's more water leaving the tank and less water entering the bathtub or tank, whatever it is, right? So what we have to do here is we have to compare two derivatives, okay? So here, if you want to know if the level of heating oil is rising or falling, we're going to go ahead and check its derivative. If we want to know if something's increasing or decreasing, we're going to check the derivative. But here, remember, h of t is already a rate. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find h of, specifically at what time are we focusing on? We're focusing on the 6 hour. So we're going to find out the rate at which oil is being pumped into the tank. And at the same time, we're going to find the rate at which oil is being removed from the tank exactly at that time too. Okay? So pause here and definitely plug and chug yourselves. Definitely use Y1 and Y2 because there's a lot going on right here. But press play when you're ready, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cheat a little bit and take a look at the scoring guidelines because I don't want to compute. But, oh gosh, I forgot what problem that was. 2003B, okay. 2003B. Okay. So here it's a 1-point question, but again, it's still worthy of getting that 1 point. All right. We're taking a look at part B here. So here, what they did was they took the 2 and they subtracted it. Okay. Now think about it here. If you're subtracting 2 numbers and it comes out negative, then that means the second number was larger. Right? If you're subtracting 2 numbers and it came out positive, that means the first number was larger. Okay? So here they wrote it like this, h of 6 minus r of 6, or you could simply just do h of 6, find out what it is, find out r of 6, and then you could do a little inequality symbol. Okay? So it turns out that there's more oil that's being removed. Okay, it's working faster than the oil that's being pumped into the tank. However you want to do this. So either this way or this way, whatever is more intuitive for you. Okay, so since there's more, the rate at which oil is being removed is working faster, you know that the level of heating oil is falling. Again, it's just interpretation. Okay. I consider this an easy point to take care of with practice. Okay. Anything else? Let me take a look. Let's oh, here's one. This one's straightforward. Let's do this. Part A, 2005B, Part A. Try this one out on your own. Don't look at the scoring guidelines. Just do this based on what you remember. And then press play when you're ready, and we'll talk about it. Okay, and this one here, it says, is the amount of water in the tank increasing at time t equals 15? Same situation. You're talking about the amount of water in the tank, right? So which one is working harder, right? Is there more water that's being pumped into the tank, or is there more water that's being removed? So you compare the two. So water that's being pumped in is W of t. So we're going to check W of 15. And then water that's being removed, the rate is R of t. We're going to plug in R of 15. And we're going to see which one is working harder. Okay? So the only way the tank is going to increase is if W is greater than R at t equals 15. That's what we're going to try to figure out right now, okay? Okay, so again, let's take a look at the scoring guidelines because I don't want to calculate it. 2000. Okay, so again, here they subtracted it. You can compare it. Since it's coming out negative, that means that the rate at which water is being removed is working harder than the water that's being pumped. So that means it's actually decreasing, not increasing. Again, relatively easy point to get. A little bit of writing, but that's pretty much it. There's just some analysis there. So hopefully that gave you some insight on what types of questions they could ask you. Definitely try the other ones there, okay?